So in a previous video, I set up AutoBidder for Holiday Light installation. In this video, I'm going to take that a step further and we're going to set up a website to go along with it. So we have this one here, this Holiday Light. If you want to preview, you can click the little icon up there and you can see how this one looks. And we could use this one, maybe I will. But I think I'm actually going to start from scratch because we have I think I'm going to go use a blank template. So if you scroll down, there's a bunch of different styles you can choose from here. You'll notice that a lot of them are sort of set up for exterior cleaning, but there are also some other industries in here as well. You know what? I'll start off with that Christmas one, but I'll just add a new page. So let's go ahead and use this template. We're going to create site. And now we are just going to open the editor. Okay, and once we're right there, what we're actually going to want to do is we're going to have to go over to our Gmail. And here, let me get it opened up here. I have a tab open. There we go. Okay, so you're going to get an email that looks like this. It's going to say, welcome to AutoBidder, Holiday Light Season. Well, that's the name that I put in, but you're going to click this button that says Set Up Site, and then you're going to have to enter your password. You can use the same password as AutoBidder if you want, or you can come up with a different one. And the idea here is that this website, it's independent of AutoBidder. It's built into AutoBidder, and it is synced together, but your website is very, very important to your business. You don't necessarily want it tied down to any one software. That's one of the small problems when people set up their website through like CRM system. Now they're locked in. They can't really leave that platform, right? You're kind of stuck with that website. And you may want to change CRMs. You may want to, change software providers in the future. And if you have to completely rebuild your website, it's a little bit of a problem. So that's why we decided to do it this way with AutoBidder. And now you can see we're inside of the website editor. I'm going to just click Edit Site, and that's going to take us to our website editor. And now I can come in here, edit this as much as I want. All right, now let me head back over to the AutoBidder page here. And I want to cover a few important things. I do want to customize this design quite a bit, but I also want to show you how to use the Autoblogger tool and how to set up SEO and everything like that. So we do have an SEO tracker. This is basically just a checklist of things that you'd want to do when you're setting up your site to make sure that it's as optimized for SEO as possible. And then the site itself internally has some SEO things that an SEO checker that you can use as well. All right, so with that being said, first thing I want to do is integrate the AutoBidder form. And you can either put it on the home page or you can put it on its own dedicated page. Now this template has the AutoBidder form integrated. That's just a template version though, so I'll show you how that looks, and then I'll import the one that we were working on. So you can see here, let's just go test this real quick. Holiday lights, 150 feet. Let's say we want the ridge line, C9 lights, driveway. Let's say how many pillars. Let's say 5. Let's say the driveway is 45 feet long. Say we got 2 peaks, I guess. And let's say no, we don't have dormers. I'll just fill in some test info here. And cool, there's our price. So that's the default one. Now let's go ahead and pull in the one that we were setting up here. So we'll go to Manage, go to Embed Code. Grab this code right here. And then head back over. And there we go. So you can see that's the updated one, the one that we were working on. Now I do want to manage this, and I want to set this, should have done this by default, but I like to set the height to 100%. And take off this max width here. That way, I like the form to take up the full width. There we go. And then if you only have 2 services like this, you can just shrink it down, so that it fits better. But ideally, just for design purposes, I would try to throw in a third service here. Like, obviously, takedown service is probably, um, probably included as an upsell as one of the other services. But that's probably one thing I would try to do just to make it look a little bit more uniform. But here, let's go ahead and test one of these out now. Let's say you can see this one's quite a bit different. Say we want peaks and gables, gutter line. Let's say we want some lights on the shrubs. Maybe we want a couple of wreaths. We want some pillars and around the windows. So then it's just going to ask some not qualifying, but some additional information based on that input. Let's say we want 150 feet of light, 2-story house. Let's say it's medium steepness. Let's say we got 3 to 4 peaks. Let's say we've got 4 bushes. We want 6 wreaths. We'll go with the 24-inch. Let's say we got 4 columns. And I don't know why I added the style pricing. Might cut that. And then let's just say we got 6 windows that we want, with lights around it. Okay. Now this came out a price of $8,000. I'll be honest, that's probably a little bit high, to be honest with you. I have to look into why it's putting out a price that high, but okay, so it's so far so good. Now that was just getting the AutoBidder form embedded. Now we actually want to go through and start customizing the site. Now I think I'll start by adding a new page, and I'm just going to start with a blank page. I'll just call it empty for right now. I'll name it probably. This is going to be the home page when I'm done with it. But we'll go with add a section, designed. Now the cool thing about the AutoBidder site editor is that there's some templates that you can incorporate. There's a bunch of pre-designed sections that you can pull in and then customize it to fit your branding. So let's go down here. And let's see. Oh, okay, yeah, I see. The initial theme that I was going to use was actually on the old editor. So I guess what I'll do is I'll just go through the process of customizing this, and we'll just design it to fit the other brand. Design it to fit the website or the theme of the AutoBidder that we were working on. This AutoBidder Christmas one. Okay. So it's pretty straightforward. I mean, all you really have to do, especially if you use one of these templates, is, you can customize as much or as little as you want, okay? You can go through and completely customize it, or you can keep it simple. I'll start off by just keeping it simple. Let's say I just want to change the color. So for example, this dark color here, maybe I want to make this like a bluish color. And then each of these sections in here, maybe just make these also a bluish color, but just like a lighter blue maybe. And you can see how that like pretty quickly changes. Now here, let me save this color code here so that I can get the exact same color for the next one. And then if you want to change the text, fairly easy too. So this would say, Christmas light installation. And let's just say in Harrisburg. And then you also do have this AI assistant here too. So you can just ask, tell it what to write. It'll have you enter your business information and details here. And then once you set that up, you don't have to keep filling it out. Let's see here. And then I'll just cut a lot of that fluff. Cool. And now for the call now button, you're going to want to make sure that this goes to your phone number. And also, I should have covered this at the beginning, but the first thing you generally want to do is go to the CMS settings here. You'll see the section where it says business data. Open that, go to business info. And this is where you're going to want to install your business name, your logo, your phone number, your email address, and set all of that up, okay? Because that's going to be used throughout the site. And whatever email you put here, that's where the default leads are going to be sent. Not the AutoBidder leads that use the AutoBidder form, but on this site, you can still put a traditional form. And I recommend doing that. Of course, you want to drive customers to AutoBidder because there's a huge benefit to that. But there are still people who are going to prefer the standard form. So, why cut them off? You might as well give them that option. Business text, don't need to worry too much about this. Now, Media Manager, this is basically where you install add all your images. So any images that you want to use, add them right here, and then you can use them throughout the site once they're installed right here. Okay. So then it's just a matter of customizing the design. Like I said, you can change the buttons. Another thing I want you to be aware of is the theme. So you can see here, the theme is basically where you can set a high level design, so you don't have to go edit each individual little item. That's one of those things that can take a very long time, whereas if you set a theme, it can speed it up. So let's say I want the buttons, instead of being red, we want the buttons to be blue. So I update it, and now you can see all throughout the buttons are now blue. Okay. Now you have to make sure every button is attached to the theme. Sometimes they're not, and so you have to edit them manually. But most of the templates come that way, where they're designed at the theme level. All right. So that was that. Changing the colors, like I said, is pretty simple. Changing the images as well. So here we got this little character. That's a little holiday light guy. This would just be a matter, if you didn't want it, you could delete it. If you make any mistakes, you have this little back button, just like you would have in like Microsoft Word or Google Docs. You can always just go back if you make any mistakes. What if you want to add other pages? My personal recommendation is to duplicate the existing page. And basically, you want to do this because you want all your pages to kind of have a same theme. Okay, you want all your pages to more or less look the same. You don't want to have like pages that look totally different from one another, because it would break the flow. It would just not look good. So what I recommend is duplicate it. And then let's say this was going to be for permanent lighting, or even like event lighting. I know a lot of dudes who are getting into holiday lighting are also starting to do permanent lighting. I don't know if that's how you spell it. Oh well. They're getting into permanent lighting and event lighting and stuff like that. So if you wanted to do that, you could easily add that in there as well. And then again, just a matter of changing all these paragraphs. You can either use the AI assistant, or you can use ChatGPT, or you can write it yourself. Whatever you want to do. Let's just say, why hire us? And then, take out those M dashes. And then we've got our instant quote buttons here, and you can change the wording on this. You can change where the buttons go to, so make sure that goes to the calculator page. Let's say you want to change this image. You would just click manage image, replace, and where I was showing you earlier where you upload your images, you'll see them all here. And if you didn't upload them, there's still a button where when you replace it, you can click upload and then upload your image there. And that's pretty much the introduction to the website editor. Now, if you don't like any of the styles, or you want to pre-build, or you want us to build one custom for you, or you come across